Hello, in this video I'm going to briefly go through and introduce you to the concept of categories and use them day to day in the iDiaries platform. Categories are easy to use and will give you a greater deal of power over your information and knowledge. So let me show you how they work. First of all, you'll need the categories toolbar. That can be acquired if it's not already set up by right clicking over the blue area and selecting categories from the list here. This here is the categories toolbar. On it there is a drop down combo box. By clicking a down arrow I now get access to the categories list. This list here will have all the people and all the group categories that you have set up. Don't forget there is a separate video on adding categories on the YouTube channel. So, for example, I would like to go and find out all the people that are in our train travel group. So, quite literally, I place a tick here in train travel, move my mouse down to the red cross here, and that will instantly find everybody in that particular category. iDiaries works on the theory of one and more grouping. So, for example, the search that I'm going to do now will say if there are people in the train travel group, bring them back, return their data, and if there are people in the direct sales team group, bring their data also. So it's a one plus more filtering criteria. I shall now move to the red cross, and that has now returned the extra records. Quite simply, that is how you use the categories. However, that's only half the story. And I wanted to show you the first half of the story because it now will make you understand why it's important to do the next part. When we're working with new contacts or companies, one of the fields that we have to fill in is the categories option. Often overlooked by people because it's yet more data to add in and it's more time to deal with when you're busy. However, do you now understand why it's important for us to work with this data? So, I'm just going to put this record into edit mode. I'm now going to go and place a tick in newsletters. So I've now said that this person is in the newsletters category, and don't forget a person can be added to as many of these categories as you feel necessary. Obviously if you apply somebody to every category in the categories list, then you might well be making your data unusable. However, again, that's however your company wishes to deal with the data and segment it. For that tick to be now saved, I now need to go to the save diskette or go to file and save, either way. And I now need to save the record back. So if I go to all contacts, go to categories, select newsletters, click that, I now have all the people in the newsletter category. There is also the rapid filtering of categories. In the video for setting up categories, we talk about how to put these shortcuts on the side, but if we move on to the left hand side bar here and I click on contact category, you can see here there are options set up already. So if I click train travel, ship, newsletters, direct sales team, direct sales. These icons here are set up by the administrator, who quite literally just has to place a tick in a box and it displays these shortcuts. The idea is that you need to be fluid as a business. So for example, if Christmas was coming up, I would probably have a Christmas category if, for example, my data needed that segmentation. If you have a major trade show turning up, you may well have a category set up called trade show, and that would then have the category in there, and nearing the trade show you would simply go into the administration console, place a tick in display shortcut, and it would appear in this sidebar here. The same is applicable for companies. What I'd like you to take away from this is that categories is a powerful tool to allow you to segment your data. It allows you to understand your customer database. Because don't forget, once we've segmented the data, you can then export it, you could work with it, and then you will be able to understand your customers further, and understanding your customers is the best way to generate sales.